All right, joining me now for episode 3 of Coach's Corner NA3AHL edition is head coach Josh Fusco. Josh, again, as always, we appreciate you taking the time to give us a few minutes and thoughts here. And we want to say right at the top here that this weekend, Saturday at 1:30, I have that right?
Yep.
You're taking on the Central Penn Panthers on the road. And then on Sunday, you'll be back here at home hosting the Exton Bulls, who you've seen before.
Yep.
But let's get started right away with what has been a mainline story here through the NA3AHL, and that's your main line in Josh Kim centering Hendrik Samard as well as Jake Fuss, putting up some pretty eye-popping point totals out there. I think Josh has had himself about 9 goals this weekend, and that's not an exaggeration.
16 points.
16 points. He and Jake top of the league in terms of the top 2 scorers right now. Very simply, what makes those 3 tick? I mean, we've talked about them to the league in articles, but what makes those 3 as good as they are right now?
Honestly, the chemistry is a lot smoother than I thought right off the bat. I mean, they just clicked right away. Sometimes it takes time for guys to gel and kind of figure out each other and figure out, your teammate and your line mate and stuff. And these guys just kind of, boom, right off the bat. And, Hendrik is, I think he's like 7th in points in the league or something. So, those 3 are just unstoppable, and it's like, you look at it and you're like, okay, when are they going to be challenged a little bit, and you see them have like an off shift or they're not clicking on a shift, and then they come back even stronger. And, you got Hendrik's a little guy, and he's like a little gnat down there below the goal line. He's slippery. He's got phenomenal hands, and he just has a knack to find Josh and Jake. Like, it's his vision with the puck has been phenomenal. Kimmer is he's a horse. He can skate. He likes to get physical. He drives the net. He's got a nice shot, and he's got that scorer's touch where he just shoots the puck and it goes in. Sure. And then you got Jake, who rounds that line out perfectly. He's the most physical of the 3. Right. He loves to take the puck and go with it, and it's almost like when he's doing stuff, I kind of say to myself, and I get on him sometimes, hey, you're doing a little too much. Right. But then I find him, when he's doing those things, he's bringing defenders to him. Right. He's making time and space for not just himself, but for Josh and Hendrik. So, they're getting open, and he's giving them the puck in the corners along the half wall. He loves it. Yeah. Like, I've never seen a kid that just loved to go in and muck and grind like he does. And it kind of, the 3 of them together, they all complement each other. Right. They all bring a different part to that line, and it just gelled. And they're the go-to guys right now. And it kind of makes good for the whole team, because now I've been challenging guys like, hey, step it up. Yeah. Step it up. This is we got Josh, Kim, and Hendrik, and
here's the standard.
And Jake, and here's the standard. Where let's go. Pick up the pace a little. So it's been great to see, and it's good to have it. And they're good kids. Yeah. They're good locker room guys, and it's part of the mold of this team. Yeah. So it's been awesome.
I think the Jake Fuss moment that stood out for me was way back at our NA main camp. Those of you who don't know, Jake was here for the NAHL tryouts back in July, and I think at one point he actually ripped off his cage to try to fight somebody. So I think that says a lot about his hockey character and how tough a player he is.
He's a hockey player. You can say that, and some guys you can really tell. Hey, this kid's a hockey player. Sure. And he even said, like, in some of the drills, and it's kind of been funny. Like, I kind of joked a little bit yesterday on the ice in practice, like, hey, simple pass and flow drills. Like, what are you doing here, guys? And let's figure it out. This is a bad practice, not a good practice to have. A couple days before a game, and against an opponent that we don't know yet. Right. And then I started doing some battle drills to have them get going and kind of amp up the practice. And it was like, tale of 2 stories. Like, shoot, is this our makeup? Like, is this what we are? Just a simple blue-nosed, blue-collar, hard-nosed working team. And Jake brings that. Yeah. Like, it's kind of like, you know, you got Jake and then you got everybody kind of falling in, all the pieces are falling in. So, yeah, and you know, he was tough in main camp, and that caught our eye, especially at the NA level. And you know, and obviously this week, you know, they have off games, so you know, Kimmer and Jake are up there, you know, for practices.
Yeah.
You know, they fit right in.
Yeah,
they fit right in, and the physicality and their speed and their talents with the puck. You can see it.
Sure,
it's awesome.
Now you kind of touched on it there in your answer, but you haven't played Central Penn yet. You know, we've heard some good things about their team and their roster. But you know, I've heard it from different coaches different ways. When you know, you obviously have taken on teams for the first time more than once now throughout the young season. Do you tweak your game plan at all? I mean, granted, you know, you haven't seen a whole lot of them, but or are you guy who just sticks with the system and kind of runs your own system and just, you know, let it execute the way it'll execute?
A lot of the stuff that we've been running are similar to what, you know, Tom runs with the NA. Just you know, so we keep things all the same.
Yeah.
When guys move up, you know, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to bring Tom's system and what he's got, you know, to our team.
Right.
And teach that way. And it's at first as a coach, you're kind of like, you have to kind of feel your team out and see what kind of team you are.
Sure.
These guys are so coachable that, and a lot of them I don't think has had that structure, has been in the professional environment that we are giving them.
Sure.
That, you know, they're learning it, they're taking it, and I said this, you know, 2 episodes ago. You know, they're taking it and running with it. So I've kind of just stuck with one thing. Yeah. You know, our neutral zone, our D zone, and our forecheck. Yeah. And I've stuck with that, and I've been doing nothing but that. Sure. And a little bit there last weekend in the first game against Renegades. In the third period, I switched it up. I went to a 1-2-2 in the forecheck. Sure. Kind of save our legs. We had a lot of penalties. We lost David there for the game, and you know, I had to kind of save some legs and save the big guns. So you know, I went to change the forecheck up, and it was great because we didn't even go over it. Yeah. And you know, I drew it up on the board in between periods, and you know, it took a couple shifts for guys to realize, oh shoot, I'm not going in, I'm hanging back now, you know, or whatever it may be. Only tweaking that I really had to do was neutral zone. Sure. You know, we like to stretch the guy, and I think with some of these teams that we haven't seen yet, I kind of need to change some things up. So yesterday in practice, we worked on a couple things. Going to throw something different at Central Penn, especially down there in their barn. So, you know, and obviously coaches talk, so I got a little tidbit about their rink and what the situation is. So, you know, I tweaked that a little bit. The one thing, you know, that, and I think I'm going to continuously change and throw new things, is our power play. Yeah. Not too satisfied with our power play. I gotcha. Yeah, we're putting up numbers. Right. And so on and so forth, but it'd be nice to go 5-5 or 2-5 instead of 0-5 on the power play. Sure. You know, so there's a couple things that I think weren't working. Personnel-wise, that's not the cause. I just think that you know, I need to tweak a few things to open up a couple guys, and we worked on a little bit yesterday. We're going to work on a lot tomorrow, and I think you're going to see a monster of a power play this weekend coming up. So pretty excited about that.
All right, well, as we talked about earlier, you can see these guys on the weekend. They're going to Central Penn, 1:30 on Saturday. They'll be back at home on Sunday for a, what was it? Was it 11:30 puck drop. And you're more than welcome to come on down to the Revolution Ice Center, see these guys in action. They're putting up a lot of points and a lot of fun action in terms of hockey. So, Josh, once again, we thank you for your time here, and we look forward to not only seeing you this weekend, but having you back here once again for the next episode.
Absolutely, Tim. Thank you. Appreciate it.